Right, people, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Liverpool have just drew 1-1 against Midtjylland. Mitchell, what the fuck, in the Champions League 1-1. And I know that you're probably expecting me to just come on this and just be like, do you know what, mate? Obviously, we got through and we were through before the game. The youngsters started, so we shouldn't have expected much. And I'm not going to be going in on anyone to do with Liverpool tonight, mate. I thought the youngsters shone themselves in glory. I thought they were fantastic tonight. And people might say I'm overestimating how good I thought he was. But to be dead honest with you, I really, really did think they were just a different quality. And I really do think that they've got better. And I think they do get better with training with the first team players. Now, we'll talk about them more in a bit, and I do just want to say hello to everyone who has just joined the live stream, but I just want to talk about one thing first, and I know that I bang on about it, and people are just going to be like, oh, a typical Liverpool fan talking about VAR, but how can I not talk about VAR? And I'm only talking about its inconsistency. I'm done talking about, like, what's a handball, what's offside. That's the rules that they've set, and that's the rules that they've added and they've stipulated, then all I can really do and all I can really say is fair enough sound. But when you're talking about that goal, which Samurai Minamino got in the last minute, I mean, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but come on, people, was that, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see nothing too wrong with that goal myself. I didn't see nothing too wrong with that goal. So, I don't know, I'm interested to know what you think in the comments. I'm interested to know what you have to say about it. I'm sorry if the connection's bugging up, by the way, as well. Hopefully it won't be, but he's the best YouTuber in the world. Thank you very much there, Will. Massively appreciate it. Yeah, I want to get your thoughts. All thoughts on the game. Ooh, just got a flood of comments. Yeah, even people are asking about VAR here. James, can you give your opinions on the VAR or the pen? And this is what I wanted to talk about. I just think the penalty, I mean, I didn't think it was offside at first, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was the one that was given for Midtjylland. And someone said to me that Reece Williams played him onside for the penalty. Now, please do let me know in the comments if that's the case. But mate, I just can't. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Maybe I need to look back, and I really should have before this stream. However, that being said, I just think it shouldn't be a pen, to be honest, mate. Even people are agreeing with me. That's what I was thinking. I didn't see Reece playing him onside. I mean, maybe I am wrong. The line's shown 10 minutes later that he was onside, but what can you really believe with the lines and stuff like that? But I'm fuming mostly about the Minamino decision in the last minute. That's what I'm mostly angry about. And I'm angry about it because I just think to myself, like, you've just got to be consistent with what you preach. It's like, yeah, I mean, let me know, did that touch his hand? But even when they shown it in slow motion, it did not look like to me that ball even touched Mane's hands, and it looked like that it was a header clean through to Minamino, and Minamino put it away. VAR's here to stay. I'm aware of that. And I'm not going to be ranting, mate. This isn't a rant. This is just me saying it how it is. It's like, just be consistent with the rules that you're stipulating. You're saying, like, okay, any contact on the hand, which is fucking ridiculous, any contact on the hand in the box or outside the box is going to be given as a foul. And if that's what you want to add, if you want to make it literally impossible when people are moving of the momentum of their run and literally can't even do nothing about the hands because people run differently. Some people runs with their arms out. Then you've got Sterling, who's got his T-Rex arms. But it's like, if the ball comes off the face of Sterling and his arms are like that, he's not impacting the play. He's trying to get to his destination. He's not trying to be like, yeah, man, he's not trying to be a keeper outside the net. I just think it's inconsistent. And the only reason why I'm frustrated with it, nothing to do with the game today. Like I said, I was proud of the youngsters, and I will talk about the positives. I'm literally getting the bad shit out the way first, and I will talk about all that. I'm just talking about going forward, whether it's in the Champions League or the Prem. This VAR or this officiating of VAR needs to be sorted, and it just needs to be more clear. You even had the VAR commentator, and, sometimes you probably should just be like, well, he's chatting shit. But I thought he made plenty of sense when he came on and explained why that was a goal at the end. And not only why that was a goal at the end, I thought he made a good explanation about the offside, the possible offside at the penalty. Again, I will need to look at it once more. But I'm fuming, people. I'm fuming because I feel like the Reds, the young Reds that started tonight, and don't get me wrong, the starting 11 was stronger than what I had thought in my preview. But even though it was stronger, we still had a lot of youngsters, and this was a big game for them. Champions League, just comprehend how massive that is for young players, and for them to be playing on a big stage away from home. Yes, it's against Midtjylland, but it's just upsetting that they've been robbed of 3 points, in my opinion, and I will use the term rob because I feel like if Minamino scores, then that's game over. And yeah, it's a shame. I will talk about positives in the sec. Before I do, Midtjylland is the team that I want to just give a little bit of credit because they did play well, and I did say before the game that they've got a lot to offer. That being said, they should have lost today, though. And, you know, I did say to people this was going to be a tough game. People were saying, like, but it's Midtjylland and stuff. But you've got to understand, even though they're already out of this competition, this is a huge game for them. This is probably their last Champions League game for God knows how long. And it's against the champions of England. Bear in mind, to their perspective, we're the biggest team in the biggest league. So it's like, when you put it like that, it's a huge game for them, and regardless whether they've got nothing to play for, you know they were going to bring 110%. When you talk about the game as a whole, obviously it opens up. Salah got the opening goal with great pressing down, and like I said, I weren't too disheartened about the performance. When you make that many changes, you've just got to be aware that there is going to be just a drop in performance to an extent. And that's what applied today when Fabinho went off for half-time. But Salah got that first goal. And then the first half concluded. We were getting chances. Our first half was certainly the best period of the game. But when it kicked into the second half and Fabinho went off, it just looked like things changed and things shifted. And I don't know, we just lost that control. Billy Kumateo came on and he just didn't look that confident, but it was his debut, so we're not going to lay in on him. We're not going to leather into him, because even if people did and he did make a mistake today, it's like, it's the game to do it, you know what I mean? If there is a game to make a mistake today, it was the game to do it. Therefore, I'm not going to say like it was a disgraceful performance from Kumateo, but you could see there was no leadership at the back when Fabinho went off. Midtjylland exploited that, and even though the goal and the penalty and whatnot was controversial, they were looking like they were begging to get a goal anyway. They even had a goal disallowed, which is actually rightly given, not given, but then you skip to the end of the game, and like I said, the Minamino goal just should have been a goal. I don't really know how else to say it, people. It just should have been a goal. Like, I just don't really understand it. I don't understand what VAR can be coming up with. Wyatt, it's all right, my mate. If you're coming late, it's absolutely okay. Lots of people knocked on their leg, and it happened quite often. Lots of people got knocked on their leg. I think I know what you mean, Arjun. You're saying that players were getting kicked in that game quite a lot. And I even said this on Twitter. I said, take off some of these players, man, because Midtjylland are going in. Like, they're going in on our players right now. Therefore, let's just take these off, man, and let's focus on Fulham, because that's a big game to focus on. I love your channel. Thank you very much, Shane. Massively appreciate it. Let me make sure I've read that right. To make sure that I read these comments right, mate, I want to get my glasses on. But no, get all your thoughts in the chat 100%. Did Liverpool deserve to win the game? I mean, I don't know if you watched it, Darren. I don't know your opinions. In my opinion, we did deserve to win the game. That being said, it was close. I'm not trying to say we dominated them and it was a robbery in that sense. I'm just saying VAR fucked us over, in my opinion. And again, people feel free to disagree, but I feel like the proof's in the pudding when it comes to this one and this opinion. What did you think of Trent? Trent's first stint as captain? Great question from Morgan. First off, let me give you my reaction to Trent getting given the captain, and then I'll answer a few more comments. So get questions, get your opinions. I was made up. I was so happy to see the man, the myth, the scouser that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Quick question in the comments down below, or well, actually in the chat and the comments down below if you're watching this not live. Trent or Curtis Jones in the future? Who are you going with? I'm interested to see what you've got to say about that, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the easy answer is Trent, but Curtis Jones is showing a few little things. I mean, it's early days. It's like saying this baby's going to become the president of the United States. Just don't know. It could be stupid, you know what I mean? When it grows up, it just might just think, you know what, mate, I'd rather just, like, clean toilets than be the president of the United States. And I really would. I wouldn't want to be the president of the United States. And you know what else I wouldn't want to be? In fact, you know what? No, I would. I'd want to be someone who sits behind that fucking screen in VAR just to show that it's actually not that hard to do that job. It's not, especially if there's a couple of you. And you know, if they're taking a minute to take the piss, get one person to look at social media and see what the majority of people are saying. There's so many ways you can go about it, and I know that's an easy way to give it to you. But like I said, it's an easy way. Make it easy. You don't need to overcomplicate it. And I feel like that's what VAR does way too much. VAR should be gone. Now, this is the only thing I'm going to disagree with when it comes to VAR. Callum, I'm going to disagree with you because I don't think VAR should be gone. But I just think it's not the VAR itself. It's the people running it and the people setting the rules. It's not VAR itself. You look at the biggest moments in history, like obviously rest in peace, but Maradona against England, the hands of God, VAR would have been boss. It would have been amazing, because it would have been blatant. And literally, a man without eyes would be able to see that is a hand, do you know what I mean, mate? And it's just ridiculous that it's this hard, but it won't go. And I don't want it to go, if you ask me. I do feel like the purpose of what VAR was supposed to bring is good. It's just it hasn't brought it. Does that make sense? But your opinions, Trent leads by example, but he's not the most... sorry. Oh, God, my phone just went mad. Right, so Trent leads by example, but he's not the most vocal. I think Curtis should grow to be more of a dominant and vocal, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Trent gives off qualities of a true leader and captain. Not saying anything else. Listen, right, let me just carry on. Bamford and his violin, right? I don't know if you're a Leeds fan. Just know whoever you support, we're better than you, and we're still going through to the round of 16. So just to let you know, mate, I don't really care if you want to say ha ha 1-1. To be dead honest with you, Bamford, because you're just chilling mid-table in the Prem. So yeah, right. Yeah, I am vexed. I am vexed in that sense. I've literally just spat all over my computer. I'm not fuming, mate. I've even just said the word vexed. Your opinion on Clarkson's performance, but touching on, and I will answer that question because I thought he played well. But based on Trent, I actually thought sound leadership, but I understand where you're coming from. He's not the most vocal, therefore he might not be captain material in the future. But that's not a bad thing because he's still our right back and he's still our spouser. Anyway, your opinion on Clarkson's performance, Jamie? This is someone who I need to touch on, Clarkson, mate. Don't get me wrong, he never set the world alight, but he was really, really good in my opinion. Like, I'm not going to say he was world class in any way, shape or form, but he proved to me that he's a good player with good ability, just exactly like Klopp said before the game. He said, you know what, mate, he's shown me early signs of just a good, young, experienced player. That being said, I'm giving him the chance today. Am I the only one who thinks he took it? Just trying to offer that to you. I thought Clarkson today was sound. I thought he took his chance, and I wouldn't be upset to see him again. Maybe loan him out and maybe try and implement him into the squad over the next few years, because he could be a really big prospect that we just haven't really known about. But he's been good. I mean, he's been doing good in the youth system for a while now. So, right, Trent is still a bigger captain than Maguire. I don't really think that's like a hard thing to do, but yeah, good point to be fair. Your opinion on Kumateo? He weren't great, but I also think it was a mixture of not having leadership at the back. But I wouldn't jump in on him. I really wouldn't jump in on him. Who would have thought that after the 52nd goal, it would go on to be one of the most boring games in history? Dylan Hughes gets the comment of the show. People can try and compete for the comment of the show, but that's the comment of the show so far, because that's exactly what I was thinking. When it went 1-1, I said, this is going to be 4-0. I said, this is going to be 4-0. When it went 1-0, I said, this is going to be 4-0. And it's just like Salah gets that goal, and it was like quite a scrappy goal as well. And I was like, this is just going to be the story of the day, innit? Let's just be real. It's going to be the story of the day. Jealous Leeds fan. Jealous Leeds fan, man. Right, this is a good question and one that I actually want to get your opinions on in the comments. So from Drops, would you sell Origi? It's a weird one with Origi, innit, people? It's a weird one with Origi. I'm very interested to know what you say. I don't think he played well today. Really don't. I don't think he's good on the left-hand side. But I also just kind of think he's done at Liverpool. I think he's had enough himself now. Just looks like it on the pitch. He just doesn't feel like he's got a role there. And I'm not having a go at Origi, the player. I think he's had an unfortunate career in the sense, starts off with the knobhead that is Funes Mori, taking him out in the derby. In that same week, he scored against Stoke and Dortmund twice. It's just... It's a tough one for Origi, because now, if we sell him, we're probably not going to get as much for him as we did in the summer, or as we could have in the summer. And I said we should probably sell or think about selling Origi in the summer and keep Brewster. Now we're in a position where we've got a left winger, and he's not a striker. He is a striker. I think he's a striker, and I actually think he's our only striker at the club. But Jurgen Klopp doesn't see it that way, and I think that was shown tonight. Even Minamino, I thought he was okay today. Don't get me wrong. I thought he got involved quite a bit, and it was actually probably one of his more better games at Liverpool. But still not the right positions. Minamino should be out wide for me, and Origi should be in the middle. But I don't know what you think about that. I really, really don't. I think it's just a crazy one, people, with Origi. I really do think. Would you sell Tsimikas for Nuno Mendes? No, I wouldn't sell Tsimikas for anyone. I want to give him a chance. I thought Tsimikas has a good game today as well. Someone just put a funny comment that I actually want to try and find. Where is it? Since Origi shaved his head, he's been awful. Do you reckon? I haven't really been putting two and two together? But you've probably got a case there, mate. I'd argue with anyone that Fabinho is a better centre-back than Harry Maguire. And yes, I would sell Origi. Mate, don't even start talking about whether Fabinho's a better centre-back than Harry Maguire. I knew after the Chelsea game, I knew before the Chelsea game, before Fabinho played any games as centre-back, that he was a better centre-back than the fridge, than the 80 million fridge. That is Harry Maguire, who, by the way, is going to the Europa League. That's the thing. At least we're not doing anything like that. At least we went into this game fucking through to the next round. It ended on a positive, do you know what I mean? The Mancs are going down, and I'm not one to jump on other teams, but Man United's going down. And it's funny. It's hilarious because the shit, they are terrible. They're not a very good team, are they? So it's just when you put it in that perspective, there is positives to take. And I'm not talking about United. I'm talking about our actual performance. You can't expect a fluid, great, excellent performance from a team that doesn't play together. I say it all the time. And it's like, if we kept getting injuries, that's why I wouldn't put us favourites for the title race, because a team that needs to win the title needs to be a consistent team that can get through games and grind through games because they work together and they know how to do it. But a team that doesn't play together can't do that. And it's those teams who can grind through games that usually win the league. In this day and age, in this game today, you could see that weren't the case. You know, however, that being said, actually, one thing I want to just dismiss myself on, I do feel like the team shown fight and grit, and they looked upset when we lost them. That's what you want to see from a Liverpool team in the Champions League. That's it, people. That's just how it is. Right, and then we're going to end this one. And I feel like blocking you. The fact your name is You'll Never Walk Alone, and you just went, should we sell Mane? And I can't believe I'm stupid enough, I'm being the prick, to acknowledge this stupid comment. This stupid comment, ridiculous. Shame on yourself and shame on your family. That's a ridiculous comment. Origi needs his dredge back. Listen, facts. The last time he had them, he scored in the Champions League final. So let's not. And Chelsea drew 1-1, and I said it's okay. They are through with Liverpool. Through, so there's nothing to mock about up the Reds. Yeah, of course there's nothing to mock about, mate. We didn't have to win that game today. We literally got to start our under-23s and a few first-team players. Wow, people are saying in the comments, whoa, Arjun, chill your beans, mate. Arjun, you're a good supporter of this channel and you're saying that bullshit. Right, I'm just going to disacknowledge any of them comments. Mane is the boy. See, now we've got someone with a bit of fucking common sense. I hope YouTube don't demonetize me. I swear a lot on these live streams. I really do, block him. His comments is so stupid and ridiculous. You're right, lads. I agree. 4-0 to Barca. What? Barca are playing? Oh, 4-0 Barca, like when we beat Barca 4-0. I know, and Origi scored in that game as well, man, and he had dreads. It's mad. Right, and we're going to end it with this comment. No more needs to be said, people. No if, buts, or maybes, only absolutes. Yeah, in fact, this one's even better. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Right, people, thank you for watching this instant match reaction. Yes, it was a shit game. Yes, it was boring. Yes, I done a video earlier telling you all to be excited about it, and it didn't really feel like it was that much to be excited about. But if I'm going to leave you with any positives, here it is. Leighton Clarkson sounds really, really good. Trent Alexander-Arnold has got a captain cap for Liverpool. Mo Salah has scored the most goals for Liverpool in Champions League history. One above Gerrard, for those who don't know. What other positives is it? We're going to the round of 16. Duh. Man United are in the Europa League. Duh. Like, come on, people, we're joint top in the Premier League. Duh. Let's just leave that game there now. I've talked about VAR. I've gave my opinion. But let's leave it there. And let's end this video on positive vibes, yeah? Everybody, go and join me, James Redmond TV, on the Cop TV, yeah? I'm going there now. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.